free from slavery. Segregation is no longer a reality burned into the psyche of these pilgrims who have access to all of the public accommodations. There are just stories that they have heard about the wilderness. But the oppression and the segregation are just stories that seem to be promoted by an aging population of folk that will one day be gone from the scene. And so this generation is on the edge of the promised land, poised to live a life that their ancestors could only dream about. They are post-wilderness and pre-promised children. Moses is dead, and the Moses generation is gone. The progenitor of liberation theology and the adjunct professor of pastoral care is dead. They would still celebrate Moses. They would celebrate his sacrifice. They would celebrate his work. They would quote his speeches every now and then. Once a year, they'd have a Moses holiday where children would recite the famous Moses speech, "Let my people go." They never recite the entire speech. They just recite the words that everybody likes. They recite the good sounding part, because to recite the entire speech would have to engage the entire struggle through the wilderness. And so they just acknowledge the "let my people go" moment and lift up that grand nonviolent march as they march through the Red Sea, and God made a way for them to escape from the oppression of their enemy. It is a post-Moses time, and Joshua has been elected leader of this fledgling nation. It's interesting that Joshua is leading a nation that is in economic trouble, because the people do not have the resources nor the money, though they are trying to become a better nation. They're trying to become a more perfect union. No one ever thought that this young man, Joshua, could ascend to the highest office in the land. Surely Miriam had the upper hand in the election to lead because she was Moses' sister. No one ever thought that one so young and new to the political process would rise up to lead the nation. For you see, the last time something like that happened was during the Hebraic Reconstruction period, when Joseph arose from slavery and reached the perennial power of second in command next to Pharaoh. But now Moses is dead. Joshua has taken the reins of leadership, and all is right with the world, or so it seems. No more oppression. No more class-based ideas of imperialism. No more manifest destiny propitiated upon the indigenous population. We can now get beyond the horrific moment of history called slavery, because all is right with the world. But please hold on there before you go any further with this analysis, because many folk watching the rise of Joshua want to declare that all social action, all critique, all protests are now null and void. They're now irrelevant and unnecessary. There's no need for the NAAHP, the National Association for the Advancement of Hebrew People. There's no need for the United Hebrew College Fund. But wait a minute. It's true that Joshua and his people are free. No more slavery. It's true there's no more segregated housing in Joshua's day. It's true that domestic terrorists no longer wear white sheets and wander the southern regions of the border of Egypt. It's true that no longer is there legalized lynching. It's true that they have come a mighty long way. They live in a post-wilderness time and a pre-promised moment. They made it through the wilderness, and they can see the promised land, but they are yet to possess it. And one of the most dangerous times, my sisters and brothers, for us to live in is in between your post-wilderness moment and your pre-promise moment.